Welcome to episode 3 of the Hearse podcast, Featherweight. Our guest for today is my brother, Davi Escobar, tattoo artist and visual artist, designer, a man of many magics, and someone who has changed my life in many ways. Happy to have you here, brother.
Thank you, my friend, for having me. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here.
I know, long time coming.
Yes.
We've been on a journey for the past 6 months, and I know I've been talking about my dreams and ideas, so it feels really great to sit here in these chairs together
Yes.
for this adventure.
Thank you, man. Too. I'm really glad to be here, sharing our history together and our experience, during this time. And we have different connections for other projects that we you work together, and yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Same, man. The beginning of many journeys to come. So to begin this interview for our episode, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your background, and about your art?
I'm from Brazil, in the south of Brazil, the place where I just, since my childhood, I was, connected with art and, just, and when I remember when I was like 16 years old, I can tell this, I think it was for sure the art becomes more like, it's always was present in my life, but when I think I just go more deep in this when I was 16 years old. And I remember that time I was but in this time I just left my mother's home. And this time when I was 16, I was living in the in the beach area in the south of Brazil. And I work with different different things, and then and I remember that I saw some guys, doing tattoos in that time, and and I felt this. Okay, I think I can do this too. And I was so young, and I just saw these guys doing and I think it was the beginning of the big journey, and I'm start in the '97, I think I start to tattoo like real, and it was just the beginning of the big journey for me. And I get more into the art. I always I don't have I just I was looking for my own references, and I was connected with art from museums and old painters and all this. I think was kind of totally different than the tattoo scene. Since ever, I was connected with this, like traditional and classic masters of art. And I think today I can see in behind it, was the beginning
The influence.
who I am today. And I'm building this relationship with art, and tattoo becomes really it's most part of my life. I'm doing this, so I can't separate this from me. And then I'm start just far from everything. I think in Brazil in that time, in the end of '90s, I think it was just without internet, without nothing, was really hard to get, the information. I think, especially for, I think it's nice to talk about this because the tattoo nowadays becomes different, different scene, and like this total. And that time was really hard to get information, and I had luck to find like good people, like just really good, nice masters and people helping that time. It's just few people, In that time, it's really hard to find the information that you have just a few magazines. And I think it was the beginning of a big dream to travel, to be like close to the a good scene of art and tattoo. And I think this is my background as an artist. I just follow this dream, really like without like nothing, just no references, no like no one to give you like the directions or whatever. Just I have so many like friends, like most of them they're older than me, and I just the guys, and I just felt they are somehow crazy, but like really good persons, and I feel like I want to be close to these people, and I wanted to um, live my life like this, more free and close to these kind of. And then these guys, like tattooers and surfers, and all of my friends, like older than me, just kind of crazy. But nowadays, I look from behind, just I see, man, they are um, really incredible persons, and I just was my inspiration, And I'm trying to create like a storyline here in my head, and this was the beginning. And then I'm doing this for to like 26 years almost, the tattooing.
Crazy.
and and I move to the other city where I live in Florianopolis. It's a super touristic place because in that time before that I was more in the south of Brazil, and then I feel like more like countryside. It's more it's a small place. There's no, And when you move to another city like Florianopolis, it's more like tourist. You receive more people from everywhere, for like Europe, wherever. That's just a feel, but you can see the scene. It's different. And I live in the really like in the skateboard scene in that time, and all the guys traveling in the world. It's kind of becomes like normal, like traveling and this adventures, this and that. And then this is inspiring me to like to follow my dream and to be closer to the people I admire for all my life. And then was one of my first um, journey, I think, like this traveling lifestyle, like
Gypsy.
yeah, like this. And I went to Europe first in 2009. It was my first, like, I think, big international like adventure, and I went there, and I spent maybe it was I think it was 4 or 5 months traveling there. And I went to Europe, I went to London, and I met some big masters that I dreamed so much with this to get this time with them, and I got this, and it changed my life somehow. And then I came back to Brazil, and I start to plan, and then the connections. I came back to Europe in 2011, and I come back 2012, 2013 and 15.
Developing relationships,
Yeah,
steady.
and then in that time I was in German. I just was the first like big traditional tattoo shop that I worked. Was the one of the first tattoo shops in Germany. I can't tell the name because it's really difficult now. I just forgot how to spell it. It's really hard.
You speak too many languages.
Yeah,
Keep track of.
but the spirit of that shop changed my life. And the owners is a couple. They have the same shop for maybe like 40 years now. They have the same like industrial neighborhood with like Turkish community around. It's a kind of like workers and really nice, like crazy neighborhood. That's and close to Wiener Platz is the name, in Cologne, Germany. And there I saw like a lot of reference from the tattoo community, but the deepest that I can, that you can get in this community. And then there's another point in my life that changed it so much. My aesthetic, my, the way that I see, this this work. And during this time in Europe, I visit so many museums that I just I saw. I think all the paintings that I dream to see in person. Like I saw Da Vinci, Raphael, all these guys, like Rembrandt, Picasso, all of them. Like I saw in person and then this is another thing that changed my, my life,
Mm.
and yeah, it's a big journey since,
Big
I
journey.
guess, yeah, it's, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So maybe more in an internal and mental and emotional and even a spiritual sense, where are you today on your journey?
Yeah, it's so crazy. This I'm getting emotional here, man, because it's because I'm feeling that I'm really like special environment here. This
Ah,
energy, our friendship, and all this energy here. I feel it,
I feel it too, man.
and yeah, I'm really happy, with my work, what I'm producing. Um, I feel that my skills as a tattoo artist, because it's a thing that I'm doing more nowadays. I just technically I feel like I'm really um, I have so much experience now, and I think the way that I can improve my work is to improve myself, as a
Mm.
person. It's the only thing that I can is that I think this is the place that I am now. Yeah,
Wow,
and I wanna
that's
I
the
wanna extend this to my artwork too. That I always like trying to produce something when I'm traveling, or I always open to produce art or whatever, like designing things, or I think bring me a lot of joy,
mm.
to do this, to produce, create things. But yeah, I think I'm trying to be a better person now. This is
Mm.
my point of my life now.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you. So this episode, which is called Featherweight, is an exploration of the ideas of fate and destiny and what that means to everyone. And so for you, what do those words mean? What does destiny and what does fate mean to you in your relationship with it?
Yeah. I think I think you can shape your destiny for sure,
Mm.
but the destiny is already there,
Mm.
and your fate, it's that make your path more, you know, more smooth, more like, I don't know,
Mm.
more, you can flow like better. You have to, you will trust in all kind of situations
Mm.
you are living, doesn't matter what kind of situation it is.
Mm.
And the fate brings this this I don't know, this kind of bring you this calm, just
Mm.
to trust, only the faith can do this,
We have fate and faith.
yeah, yeah.
You just made me think of that connection of the two words of having
Hmm.
faith
uh
in your fate.
yeah.
Yeah, the trust.
Hmm. Yeah, the destiny is there, I think you can shape this,
Mm.
you can shape for sure your destiny.
Cool. Beautiful. You are one of the most passionate, creative, resilient, and visionary artists I have ever met. How do you keep your light shining through all of the trials, tribulations, pain,
Hey, bro, thank you, man.
problems?
I
Yeah.
can tell the same. You're a badass artist, man. I'm really fan of your work. Everything you're doing is so great and
Vice
beautiful,
versa,
man.
brother. You
It's
already
like
know.
just, I'm really fan of you too, and I
Thank you.
think it's like you heard this come this from you. It's for me. It's like just. I'm really glad, man.
Oh,
Thank you.
so glad, man. I feel like I finally met, we've talked about it on
Yeah,
this trip, but like similar points in our journey, different, but like meeting each other at a certain place in the mountain.
yeah, man. It's so cool.
So how have you kept your torch burning through all the years of
Yeah, I think.
ups and downs?
Yeah, it's. I think you need so much, a lot of faith.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need like, um, I think the love for my work. I love what I'm doing. It's just I think it's the and one of I think was the I don't I'm feeling that now I don't have um, another option. You know what I mean?
Hmm. In too
There's
deep.
no option like just to choose another
Yeah.
path or whatever. I'm doing this for so long.
Yeah.
I'm searching this, and sometimes I feel like as a creative person, it's really hard to get that sometimes the clear vision
Hmm.
of it because you're just doing and then trying to be better to improve this and that technically or visually and this and that. And it's sometimes really, I can tell it's really like you feel like it's too much things. And then you feel like, oh my God, I need to have a clear vision of my future or, my, something that, but I can tell that I'm feeling that I'm in the right direction,
Hmm.
because I'm doing the work that I love. I'm spent all my life doing that. I think nowadays I feel I become like I'm getting older, and I
Hmm.
just uh, uh, I'm feeling more confident with everything I'm doing, and this is this is help to keep the light shining.
Definitely.
This
You've helped me a lot recently with keeping my light shining because it's
hmm
been a dark time for me, and then I know the world and a lot of the wisdoms you've spoken to me. Obviously, the work we've been
Yeah,
doing.
the world is crazy now. I think it's
But you told me
and
one thing that I'm thinking about is that it seems in your experience you've learned a little bit more to understand cycles. And you mentioned something about when you had your
mm,
knee surgery and then your father
yeah,
passed, and
yeah,
you noticed that there was like a wave of pain
yeah,
almost that was coming.
hmm
And then earlier today, because today is Good Friday, and you
yes,
know, um, you were just mentioning the symbolism of that and the rebirth, and that we both can feel like in the past few days, or that
hmm
there is a new energy. So do you
yeah,
think that that's part of it, of almost like you're surfing reality more and you're able
hmm
to read the tides and the weather of the
hmm
universe a bit more? Because it seems like you're able to
yeah.
notice that.
Yeah, I think this all this last time we have all these problems like this pandemic, and the world is getting crazy. The people are and I think this time all of us we had like a good time to think about things, and then probably sometime like I feel that all these like bad things, it's not bad things, but kind of
Hard.
hard, you know, with my father, my surgery on my knees, all these situations that make me just understand better. I think the timing of things
Mm.
because and understand better the cycle of
Mm.
things, and then and I think it's somehow we always make the how can I say? Sometimes I'm trying to explain it to translate. I'm thinking Portuguese, but I'm trying to translate in English. But I sometimes you
You have an amazing translator here
yeah,
too, in case
yeah.
we need to feature her anyway.
And like I think you somehow you just will be back in some point of your life and
Mm.
back in the same place you went before. Actually, you know what I mean? Like you
That almost like we spoke about that. Is it like you keep having these check-ins with the same lesson
yes,
and
yes,
see what you've maybe learned at that
yeah.
point,
That's
and
it.
then hopefully, like we spoke about, because it is cycles, but hopefully you're spiraling up
Yeah, you go
instead of
there.
getting stuck in a loop.
Yeah, this is important to see like this because we have like um, these moments in life that you see that you are in a kind of, or it can be in the same situation, or
Mm.
it can be in the same place.
Mm.
But if you get there and if you know, like you have another level of consciousness,
Mm.
you will be in the same place, but you will be like in this spiral that we are
Mm-hmm.
talking about.
Because you have awareness from the last time.
Awareness from the
Yeah.
last, and then you'll be there in other different consciousness, and then you'll be like more I think this is about life, to be aware of it and then to see, okay, I'm here again, but so many things I survived, so many things I learned from the
Sure.
past, and now I'm here in different consciousness to like to understand better, a little different, but you learn from the past, you
Yeah.
learn from the old situations, and you transform this in the good things to you. And
I
this is, I
love it.
think, this is about
No, I
this
agree.
spiral.
It reminds me of a book that I'm finishing now by an author named N.K. Jemisin, who's one of my favorite all-time writers, and I hope to have her on here soon. But in the book called the Inheritance Trilogy, not to give it away, but there's this idea that comes up where the void gave birth to everything, and they call it the maelstrom. That's how you pronounce it, the maelstrom? Maelstrom. She calls it the maelstrom. And so that's like the void, the unknown, which is different than nothing. The nothing is a whole other thing. It's interesting, the distinction. And there were first three gods, and then the gods had children, and they became godlings. And then one of the gods made humans, mortals. And it goes on and on. But the idea is that godlings, at some point, the children of the gods, can die. But what you learn is, it's hinted at in the book, is that perhaps when they do die, what it means if they die in the right way, that they're ready to become gods and go to their own new universes and create their own new worlds.
Wow.
And that even mortals could potentially become godlings, and just this chain. And then the question that the character asked, which really just spoke to me, she said, whoa, does that mean that gods could become their own maelstroms? Which they could become their whole own void, but just that like ever evolving. And for some reason that comes to my mind when we're talking about understanding cycles and spirals, and trusting that no matter what comes up, we feel a gravity of our love for our work and our life. And it does feel that there's like ancestors and angels and people who want us to like grow into what we're here to be. Not to maybe get what we want, or our minds say, I want to look skinny and be rich, or I want to be famous on Instagram or whatever, but to really grow. Anyway, this is an interview.
Really nice, and I think this is this project you are doing, like the podcast. It's really nice that we just, I think for me as a guest here, that's this exercise, to talk about these topics and to bring this personal experience, to bring this. I think for the, it's really special, even, and, it's really like, to understand because it's really rare to stop your time and then start to think and to tell stories about your, you know what I mean? Like your own path, it's kind of, I can tell, man, it becomes like a really emotional thing for me to remind you, because we are here now doing this incredible, creative podcast in California, doing like producing art and then just living our lives. Like just, and this is such a blast, such a great opportunity, to be here. And
thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's been hard, and that really means a lot to me because, as you say, it is hard to slow down, especially now. It feels like things are speeding up. And everything is like flashier and faster and bigger. And if you don't catch them in that second on the phone as they're scrolling, no one gives a fuck. And it's gone.
You're right.
And the idea for me that it's been very hard to trust, because my mind is saying, no one's going to listen to this. No one cares. What are you doing? But I've been breathing through it. So anyway, hearing that means a lot, because I do want to create space where we can be around a fire, metaphorically, and just all share stories.
Yeah, and I can tell, man, I know your visions and your production art, and then it's amazing.
We're just beginning. We're just beginning. We're still little eggs, little mortal eggs hatching, hopefully. So, to continue, this is a deluxe episode here because Davi has been, traveling from far and wide, and you're headed off to Australia next week. So Thank you for this time. It means the world. The next question I have for you is, how do you communicate with the universe and find your true compass amidst all of the noise and opinions of others? What are your rituals and practices to get centered into your flow? So it's kind of an extension of what we were just talking about, but I'm curious about if you have any actual day-to-day
Yeah,
things you
let's
do.
do parts like just a little parts per little because just we lost the question. The first one, is like
So basically,
no, the universe.
how do you come back to your truth? In as far
Yeah.
as like, do you go surfing in the morning? Do you pray? Do you? What are some techniques that you use when maybe you get distracted by
Yeah.
fear to come back to yourself?
Yeah, I think it's the last experience that I had, like just to get a little, like I think I'm trying to be aware of my mind sometimes, just because I think, especially nowadays, we have so much information like this and that. We work with the social medias too, and then it's too much.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling that there's something that I heard. It was really interesting about like the I don't know too much about this, but I got this. It's about 3D and 5D. Just
Different
like
consciousness.
yes, the consciousness.
Yeah.
And I think this is you talk about just time is fast, like really fast,
Yeah.
and then it's getting faster and faster, and I think it's just and we I don't know if it's but I'm feeling more like sensitive somehow, just to feel the energies around, like. Sometimes just you don't know if it comes from a person beside you or if it comes from heaven or for some other planet or whatever it is. I try to be aware of it, is to see if this energy it's come from where. It's not mine. You know what I mean? It's not my energy. This is something that that just appears here. I don't know what it is, and I'm trying to be aware of it. Just
That's
to
beautiful.
and I try to like. Take care of my thoughts, and I think this is a thing that I can do, just with my relationship with the universe. I think, just because
Beautiful.
I take care of your thoughts and take care of it. Sometimes you feel like, what I mean, some really like bad feelings or whatever. It just sometimes not. This has come from another dimension or
Sure.
another person, or I don't know. You never know.
Or an Instagram
or
post.
Instagram post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah.
And this is like. I think this is my relationship with the universe. I'm carefully trying to understand this. You know what I mean? This relationship with the energies around.
Sure.
And the rituals for sure. Now we are traveling, and it's really hard to get consistency and in life. Right? We have you can do workouts. Okay, you can do, but it's really hard because you're not. You're traveling and this and that. I can't surf because I don't have my boards here with me. You know what I mean? It's a different environment. You need to enjoy this too. But for sure, when I got home, I can, the surf for me is one of the best things. And I think to be in nature is the best thing, and then you can just, you just naturally, you align yourself. It's one of the best things that you can do to clean your energy, and then to be more. I think it's to just a little walk, outside. You know what I mean?
He walks for like 5 hours a day in nature just for that.
This is like it's a perfect meditation,
Yeah.
and it brings like more grounding, some
Beautiful.
some crazy times.
Absolutely. More
You know?
nature.
Yeah.
What is your deepest intention behind your art? What do you feel you're communicating to the world?
This is yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's really hard. It's really
I know, that's
hard
a crazy
question. Yeah,
question.
this is a crazy question. But
That's
it's a
why I
good
saved
one.
it. I saved it.
Save it for the end.
Toward the end.
Warm up first
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
go,
And then
man.
get
Go.
'em.
No, but yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, let me see. I think we talk about this today. Now just about like to I think it's try to be like a good person to make right things, and then I think it will reflect on your
Mm,
work. Just um, and sometimes I think from someone that I think the art it's I'm trying to to create some to bring some nice and good values, good like good sensations, you know what I
mm,
mean, like, and for sure all of us that as creators we want to see people connect with your art, and to see and to to understand, and but I think that my last experience that I have as an artist, I made so much stuff, different like murals, collection, collabs with brands, different things, and but the main thing, just you need to understand yourself, and then to see like to give like value to for your work, and then you have to have this.
mm.
You don't have to wait for someone to give you like, oh no, you are good or you are bad, this and that. You have to do by yourself, and then you believe this, and just go for it. Doesn't matter the opinion of the others. It's just do it.
Mm.
And I think this is I'm learning, a lot. Just follow my heart, and then to produce my art. And if the opportunity comes to you, like collabs, people, and this and that, it just be yourself and do your best, and that's
Mm.
it. I think this is the best that I can do, just you know.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so, my friend. Yes.
So, this is a question from Brad, who is here in spirit with us.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Brad? What is it like being an artist from Brazil? What do you see as the direction and therefore the possible destiny of Brazil for art for future?
Yeah.
And I guess he also is implying like maybe the difference or,
Mm-hmm.
of being
Mm-hmm.
an artist here or there, but really more
Mm-hmm.
about what it's like being
Uh-huh.
from
I
there.
think it's Brazil brings me this. It's some. I'm proud, to be a Brazilian.
Mm,
Somehow, I'm proud to of the difficulties of my
mm,
country. You know what I mean? Because I'm proud to make it happen there. I'm
mm,
proud to be here. Somehow representing,
mm,
Brazil somehow, because I'm from Brazil, and I got I made you got just it's really hard there, because it's it's environment that you have to do to do your best, and somehow it's different. It's different. It's other environment. It's raw. I
mm,
mean, and then bring is this. If you know how to use this, it can bring you some power. You know what I mean? Like, you can just be tough,
mm,
like the environment. It just, but you have to take care just to not to don't lose your sensitivity,
your
your
innocence. Yeah.
kindness, your
Mm,
innocence too, I think. But 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 the other parts, like to to born in a country that's so rich, and somehow we have so much like problems,
mm,
social problems, and as an artist it's really hard to get through this, and then to create some and because it's a and then I think this, but I think I feel that I made my best in my country, and I just I create a really nice path there as an artist. And but I think it's you need to get out,
mm.
to your country, your comfort zone, to see things, other cultures, other, and to improve yourself. Like, but it's really hard. I think if you compare, it's not it's how can I say this third world? Can I
Yeah.
say this?
I don't know. I don't know the way to
No,
say
it is.
anything
Yeah, you know what
properly.
I mean. Yeah, just because it's a country
Sure.
that it's really hard, you know, to work with art,
Yeah.
especially. You know what I mean. And then I think the South America, um, in general, you know, it's just a little late from the rest
Hmm.
of the world somehow. You know, there's no access of technology. You know, this the governments. It's really I don't know why, but they they don't give the people the you know the right um, s- environment to get in touch with the
Hmm.
technology thing
Sure.
to
It makes me think.
cultural. It's really like poor and somehow
Hmm.
you know in this all these sides of
Sure.
you know
It's almost like Brazil hid you away in a little, like
yeah
outside of time and space in a positive way, because like you said, when you started training jujitsu in Brazil,
mm-hmm.
that it was so tough and it
Ah
was so
yes
like ex-military and like,
yeah
and it threw you in with the lions basically. And
yeah
then you went to a jujitsu class in Topanga or somewhere in
yes
LA,
I went
and
yeah
it was like great, but you said it was so different from that. And like, it
yeah
reminds me of that here. Maybe people have access to social media or the certain
mm-hmm.
like art schools and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that can make it like they don't take advantage. So
Yeah,
somehow you were, anyway,
yeah. Yes, I think this is to see
balance.
like the vision, to see um, the difficulties in the good way, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you see, I think it's this improvement from like for example the jiu-jitsu classes and then even the tattoo scene.
Hmm.
I think it's uh, it's you know like I think it's somehow improve, you know,
Yeah,
because it's more accessible
yeah.
to the people, you know, because they you know I think in all the areas like the more underground
Hmm.
areas like for like jiu-jitsu or tattoos
Hmm.
or maybe you know like art nowadays it's more accessible
Hmm.
to the people, and I think this is a good thing.
Yeah,
And for sure it's so different, totally
yeah.
different. And imagine in the old times, if you want to get a tattoo you have to go like really dirty neighborhoods and to go it's such a like scary people, like you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
it's more tough and this and
yeah.
that, you know, like. But the thing is all these guys in that time is underground scene, they are like incredible persons too,
I know.
but differently, you know what I mean, they just but
Scary teddy bears.
yeah, you know,
Yeah,
yes, it can be, you know.
yeah.
But it's I think this is it's nice. It's the future, you know. It's changing all the time, and you have to learn from this. You have to understand,
Totally.
but it's different for sure. It changed so much.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to understand also the tattoo scene is always changing, and the art scene it's crazy now too. I think the music scene also is
Sure.
everything is different, you know, to produce and to sell things and and yeah, I think it's always push you to
Well, I
understand
think
and try to yeah
I think of you
yeah
as the, well, you've told me the mountain, like you resonate as this wisdom for your
yes
life in the I Ching, or
yes
the
this is a
of the wisdom of the mountain, and
yeah,
that's what
this is
makes
the
me think.
image. Yeah, the image
The
that make me like inspire me, like to
This
be.
episode feels like in our conversation, there's a theme that's coming, that no matter what's happening outside, things will change. You might be from Brazil, you might be from anywhere, but to return to the still point in
Hmm.
yourself and just keep returning to that every moment, and the rest will happen. Something
Yes.
like that. But
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
definitely an
yeah. I
example.
love this image from the mountain. For me, it's like really like peaceful and bring me. Every time that I saw like a big mountain, this I feel like oh, this I admire this, and I feel like you know this sensation that brings me this inspiration. I want to be like this, you know, like just grounding, just doesn't matter what happens around you, you feel like really like just like a mountain, you know. I think
Mm.
it's a really beautiful image that you can relate to so many things.
Mm.
And yeah, for sure this is
He has memories of being a mountain. We talked
wow,
about that
this is
on
the
the
best
last
I heard. I
episode.
remember that. This is really cool.
So there
Yeah.
we go.
Hmm.
Two mountains in the room with whatever I am.
Yeah, the first time I saw this term from I read some like this come from I Ching, the
You know all
Chinese,
about
the
that.
Chinese oracle, and then I just I have one that I play. You know that you play, and then they have the
stones.
hexagrams that becomes like and you can. And I remember for me, I was really young, and I play this. My mother had this book at home, and then just play a couple of times. But one of these times was really specific moments in my life, and I play that, and then one of the image becomes the mountain, and this is that's why I think it's so strong for me. I just
The
relate.
medicine for your
Yeah,
life.
yes.
Yeah.
It's really,
It's beautiful. So, last question before we move on. Tattooing is such a permanent and intimate form of art. How do you approach each project and session?
yeah. I think the most important thing is to see the person in front of you,
Hmm.
and because for me it's impossible to like create the drawing like without the person with me. I think I need to something, I need to at least like drink a coffee together, you know what I mean, to talk a little bit, to feel the energy of the person, and then start to create the vision for this person, and something that my friend Jun Matsui is a really great master in Brazil. Is a close friend too, and he said something really interesting about when you do a tattoo in person and you just you you create like so many connections of this person with this tattoo, because it's one thing super interesting because you change this person somehow. You will change, like you do, like especially if a big piece of tattoo,
Sure.
and you will create like a new connections, and you create like a new. You can just do like bless you,
Bless you.
and you just like to see this, and you can ream a life, and you can create like a person more like like beautiful, and like just
You change them.
yeah, you change them,
And hopefully you bring out the essence of them
yeah,
more.
this is
That's what you said to me. Because I sent my dad one of the photos of my back and my head
Wow.
that you did, and I said, I'm different than when I came out of my mom. And he said,
Yeah.
said, no, you're not. You're the same. It's just now
Yeah.
on the outside.
Wow, yeah, I'm really glad to
And Molly
to
said
hear
a
this.
similar thing
Yeah.
about your work specifically, that it feels like it's like almost not like a tattoo, that it's like bringing out an energy that was already
Ah,
there.
thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank
So
you. Thank you
beautiful.
so
I
much.
love what you said, that you have to see the person. So is there anything else you would like to add? Is there any information you'd like to leave with our listeners who might want to get, in contact with you or create with you, or I mean, find a way to support you or get tattooed by
Yeah.
you or anything?
I'm just I have my page, and I have the people who want to see my work. I have my Instagram. It's Davi.Escobar, and yeah, I'm really glad to be here, traveling and doing what I love. And yeah, I think it's the last message I want to tell here is about um, we are here to dream, This is that it's all about, That's it.
I love it. Let's keep dreaming. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you too, my
Bless.
friend. It's a pleasure.
The best.
Thank you for having me. It's such a good time. It's a really special reminder of good things
For me,
and special.
True, man. I'm glad that we could do it at the end of this long journey
Yeah, me too.
and this
my
is just the
friend.
beginning, to be continued. Much love,
Yeah.
everybody. Thanks for listening.